Afternoon, a US jet has been shot down. One of the pilots has been extracted, and Gina Abercrombie-Winstanley is a US diplomat and Middle East analyst who is going to bring us up to date on the rescue mission that's underway. Welcome to LBC.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, I'm just gasping with admiration. I mean, let's leave all the other emotions surrounding this exercise aside by the fact that in over hostile territory, a US pilot has been already recovered. I mean, how does that happen? Can we start there?
Yeah. Well, whenever soldiers, sailors, whomever are down behind enemy lines, a very specific protocol goes into effect. Searching by a number of means active, using cyber tracking, any contact with the downed pilots. They may have been able to stay in contact to alert U.S. forces as to their location, to go in and retrieve them if necessary or guide them out. This protocol also works with the families of military personnel who are behind enemy lines, to keep them apprised, to keep them updated, to make sure they know that the U.S. military is standing by, doing everything it can to retrieve their loved ones. So this is something that has been in place for a very long time. It's extremely sophisticated. Certainly other aircraft, radar, etc., would have been used to try and locate the pilot that was retrieved, and it's ongoing for the one that is missing, as far as we know right now.
And can you tell our audience who shot the jet down, where, and how many pilots were in the jet, and what are the hopes for the other pilot, if that was the only other crew member?
Yeah, well, it was a 15E, so it comes with two pilots. It can fly with one engine. It's extremely sophisticated aircraft. It flies low and fast. It's got capabilities to jam those missiles coming after it with flares, with chaff, and really superb speed. However, it's not a stealth aircraft, so it is visible. It does have a large radar signature. So all of those things would have contributed to it being identified. As I said, the search for the second crew member will be ongoing until he or she is identified and retrieved. But of course, we know the Iranians are looking for the second crewman as well. So,
and he has a target on his back. I know that there has been shoot to kill instructions if he's sighted. This is the first case of a US fighter jet being shot down over Iran during the last month, during this epic fury conflict with Iran, Israel and the US against Iran. Are you surprised it happened, or was it only a matter of time?
Well, intelligence has been reporting in the last couple of days that the Iranians maintain a robust arsenal of missiles. And the Iranian armory is pretty sophisticated. So they definitely, and today is proof, have the wherewithal to shoot down planes. I know the United States in particular and the Israelis have been boasting about having air superiority, air dominance, almost from day one. But you've heard the Secretary of Defense and the President say 90% has been destroyed, whether it's the Navy or the missiles and their ability to reproduce them. However, 90% is not 100%, and it only takes one. It only takes one.
And Gina Abercrombie-Winstanley, the fact that a US fighter jet has been downed after a point at which Trump said that the Navy and the Air Force had been utterly degraded, and the US Air Force could fly over Iran and nothing could be done about it. This really, do you think he'll have to change his tune about how well the war is really going after this?
Well, it's unlikely that the president will change his tune, but the military is certainly going to be upping its efforts with finding these missiles. The challenge, of course, is that they are mobile. There are many of them, and they are scattered around in a variety of places. So the challenge is very real, and the military has not suggested otherwise. If you listen to the briefings from Dan Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, or the head of CENTCOM, the briefings are much more cautious than what you hear from the president or the Secretary of Defense.
I got two more questions before I let you go.
Sure.
The first is about, we've seen some high-profile firings and rehirings in the White House team and in the military. What does that tell us in the last 48 hours?
Well, it tells us that the president is ready to move on those who he believes have not pleased him, have not met his standards for what he wants his cabinet officials to do. Pam Bondi was definitely in trouble. Everybody knew it. The Epstein files was a huge drag on her, on the Department of Justice, and indeed on the president. It was surprising to hear her temporary replacement say, "We're done with the Epstein files," because I will be surprised if the American people agree with him. With regard to Homeland Security, the same thing. The cabinet member, Ms. Nome, got into trouble, not only with Democrats or independents, but with Republicans as well. Both of those cabinet members were not meeting the standards that Republican members of Congress and the Senate felt that they should meet.
And there was a change in the top brass of the military as well.
Yeah.
What's the significance there?
Well, it shows that the Secretary of Defense continues to rid the department of a number of senior level officials. It has been extraordinary what he's done in the last year and a half of firing top level generals, admirals, flag rank officers, particularly minorities, women and minorities, but also European heritage men who do not fit with what he wants and perhaps his loyalty exam. So the department is going through some upheavals as well. Hopefully it's not going to have an impact on how the war is conducted.
And just lastly on that, Tehran has reportedly rejected this proposal for a ceasefire and denied it, asked for a peace deal, a 48-hour ceasefire. This has been, an unnamed source has said this to Iran's semi-official Fars news agency. Do you think that Tehran thinks it's getting the upper hand now?
Well, I think Tehran certainly believes that only a ceasefire is not in its interest. Listen, we went into negotiations twice with them. We bombed them while we were negotiating. There is a huge trust deficit. They've also seen what ceasefires have done for Hamas and Palestinian civilians. Number one, that they haven't been adhered to in the Gaza Strip. But number two, that the fighting can begin again, and the Iranians are tired of being attacked.
Thank you. We have to leave it there. We've got to get to the top of the hour news. Thank you very much, Gina Abercrombie-Winstanley of the Atlantic Council.